So, you millennials watching, are there any movies that you remember from the 2000s that you cherish even to this day? You might not watch them constantly, but you still like kind of look back at them and feel like that, these movies were really important to who you are right now, or just kind of like opened up part of your mind, opened up something in you that keeps you like that kept you thinking throughout the years, and that you figure like it got you so emotional that you just wanted you fell in love with cinema as an art form, right? For me, there's like two specific examples that I can think of. One was, I remember uh AI was a movie like the by Steven Spielberg, I think. Again, I'm not a huge, like, believe it or not, I mean, a huge movie connoisseur, right? So I don't know, but I do remember that movie about this little boy who it was a robot boy, and then he wished so badly to become a real human boy, be with his mom. And I remember the whole story very similar to like Pinocchio, and like how he wanted to be a real human. And it was just so beautiful that just kept me crying for the whole day. Remember watching it in the movies with my sister, who I always looked up to as a a role model, like my second mom, if you will. Like, she was my best friend. um I obviously, my mom is still around, but I just remember watching her. Like, whenever I come across that movie, I tear up just thinking about, like, having my sister next to me, watching the movie. She was crying, I was crying, and just like this concept of following your dreams, right, and pursuing your dreams, no matter the cost. And I think other than that, like, there was another movie that I wished, I cherished a lot, which was Finding Nemo. I remember being obsessed with the toys, the video games, like any type of media that they had around that time when it came out. Um, and like, you'll remember that they used to give this McDonald's toys. Like, I remember trying to collect all of them except for Bruce. I never got the Bruce, the shark. So I had to borrow from my neighbor so I could just play around with the toys. And then I remember watching that movie and just being so fascinated by the ocean and by the graphics, just by the music. Everything is just so beautiful. Again, seeing it on a big screen. And recently, I was in Disney World, and they had in Orlando, and they had this section for Finding Nemo, and it just got me, like, it got me the feels, like remembering like 20 years later, like how I used to love that movie. Of course, I saw Finding Dory, but you know what I'm saying, like the sense of novelty, the sense of wonder that you get to see first time movies.